Well, hello and welcome to Java with Jim. I'm Jim Reese, Director of Business Development at Offit Kurman, joined here today with Dave Carberry, who is the founder of Needworking. Dave, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Jim? Good to see you.
I'm doing well. Yeah, always good to see you. So Dave, tell us about Needworking and how is Needworking different from similar platforms?
Yeah, so we concepted this system that we wanted to do because, like, you're a super connector. You're always out talking to people, and it's one of those things that we felt there's really four main pieces that you need in networking, and that's helping other people. So we call it a give, and then your allies, like people that you work with and you grow, and then groups that you're in and involved with, and then of course events that you go to. So basically, need working is a process that we've created. It's not LinkedIn. We don't want to be LinkedIn, but we've created this little fun thing for business networkers, and it's exciting because it's only 10 months old, and we've got about 1,000 people on it so far, and it's growing.
Well, only 10 months old, and I know you've made a lot of progress. So, what are you most proud of as it relates to Needworking?
For the site itself, just seeing how it's developed and it's grown and how people are engaging. Who would have thought you could actually create some software that's like a social platform and people are actually using it? So that's the exciting piece. And people are asking for things. Like a Georgetown student recently was asking for interviews for her thesis, and people responded and they gave her interviews. So just really cool engagements are occurring with complete strangers. That's the exciting piece. It's not based on who you know. It's on who needs certain things and people helping one another. So that was the goal and the intent of the entire site, was just really reciprocity and giving back.
And you've got a new event part of this site that has recently been kicked off. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so events are such a big thing, and I think a lot of the times it's tough to find what events you should be going to. So we want to have more professional networking events curated through the system itself. So you can go in and you can actually just put an event in, build it in. We are about to integrate it with Eventbrite also, so you can pull in all your event data from Eventbrite, which will be pretty slick. And then you can see who's attending the events and really have a conversation with them back and forth, almost like in a group setting for this. So that's the part of the need working that we love. Again, it's that back and forth and people having conversations just on the platform, during events and before and after events.
So, Dave, who is your ideal user for Needworking?
Good question. Business professionals, we would say. And the thing is we have college students that are coming in. Sometimes it's difficult to get college students to talk and ask questions, but there's opportunities for people just to jump into a conversation and ask, and people are willing to help. So but ideally I would say it's the business professional and people that are looking just for insight in networking and the communities that are out there.
Yeah. So I think you said you're 10 months old. So what do the next 6 months look like for you and for Needworking? Where do we go from here, and what kind of activity are you looking for?
So I'd love for people to invite other people to the platform. Just talk about it, engage it, try it, see what it's all about. We want to get it to an app format. So right now it's just all based on online computer format, desktop. So eventually, we will put it to app. I need to find some investors. So I'm heading up to Toronto next week to go to Collision for a big event. So, the investor people are out there and we're getting some interest. So, that's the exciting piece of it now that we've got some traction and more people are coming to the site looking at it. So, we have little features here and there that we're going to build out and continue building. But I think right now it's just keep going with what we've got. And, hopefully people are spreading the word and we'll come back.
Yeah. So, you mentioned the college students that are starting to use it. And I got to say that I think networking for the college students is paramount.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, most of them learn too late in their sort of college career how important networking and making connections are. So, like, what's your advice to a college student who's thinking about getting on this platform?
There was Jack Lemmon. the famous actor, he always had that statement that said, when you get to the top, you send the elevator back down for someone. And I think, with the experience of individuals and business professionals like yourself and me, I want to help people. So part of the problem is you just got to ask the question. And I've had certain college students come to me and ask questions, and I'm right there, and I'll give them whatever advice I can. So don't be afraid to ask. I think that's really the big thing. There's no dumb question. We've all had help. I had help along the way from a lot of mentors, and I'm still getting help. So that's the crucial thing, I think, is just, put yourself out there and be a little vulnerable. And that's what I don't see.
That's great advice. Thank you for sharing that. So Dave, I've known you for a while, but I imagine that some people watching this recorded interview don't know you and don't know much about you. So what do people watching this not know about Dave Carberry?
Well, they all see the need working shirt because I've decided to wear something like you to get noticed. So out at the events, I'm in the green. One of the fun things that people probably don't know is that I've written 2 children's books. And one's called Where Was I, Washington, D.C., and the other one was Where Was I, New York. And the cool thing is Dr. Ben Carson has all these libraries because he wants to help kids and, in education, because he was a big book reader. So he actually read my book to all of his libraries, and it was, thousands and thousands of kids. And it was pretty exciting because the books are all about travel. A lot of kids in the city don't know other cities because they're stuck in their communities. So, I wrote these books really for people to get out of their mind and travel. And it was pretty cool for Dr. Carson to actually pick my book and read it on a big scale level across the country. So that was fun.
That's awesome. That's a great story, and congrats to you, and thanks for sharing that with us. Been good spending a few minutes with you this afternoon, Dave. So thanks for being my guest on Java with Jim, and I'm sure I'll be seeing you soon.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, Jim.
Take care. See ya.
All right.
Bye.